Hey, I'm Brandy Sorensen with ConverseCounty.com and Johnston Realty.
And I'm Tyler Johnston with Johnston Realty. And this is your Converse County market update for the week of, what is this week? March 23rd? 23rd.
So right now we have 46 active listings in the county.
There are 20 pending, anywhere from $175,000 up to $630,000.
And we have had 7 sold in the last month so far, and listing anywhere from, sold price anywhere from 110,000 up to 420.
So there's still a big range between buyers. You're looking 100 to 200 all the way up over to 4. So there's still a big market for people that are looking right now.
Yeah, and the ones that are active are also spread
All
across
over.
the gamut too. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good market, and see what spring brings.
It's a good time to sell.
Yeah.
And a good time to buy too. So there's a bit more homes coming on the
Benefit
market.
of both, I think, right now.
Yeah.
It's not crazy.
Well, and a bunch came on last week. I know some went off, so kind of stayed that even
Yeah.
at 46. But 46 is quite a bit for for Douglas and Converse County right now. 'Cause
Right.
Usually it's
A little bit
a little
less.
bit lower. So
Yeah, and especially lately,
that's for sure.
a few years. So, did you end up going to the Home and Garden Show this weekend?
I did not.
Okay,
Did you go?
I have to tell you guys about a few things. Yes. All right, you tell me what you think about this. I found there was this guy, I don't remember the name of it. I got his contact and everything, but sewer, replacing a sewer. How awesome is that for homeowners and buyers and sellers and
Awful. Just awful. Especially, and the price can just, you wouldn't believe what it would cost to dig up a sewer line and
Yeah.
replace a sewer line. And I've dealt with it here when I sold one of my homes on 5th Street. The inspection came back and the
camera?
camera's like, hey, your sewer line is half full all the time. There was no
my
grade
gosh.
to it.
Oh no.
So it was a big deal.
So then they have to dig it all up, and then it also ruins the ground. It's expensive. You have to replace those things sometimes under concrete or depending on whatever. Well, this guy had this cool thing. He's been doing it. He's been in business a few years here in Casper, but it's this new technology that it comes flat. And so if you have an inspection, your camera, it comes back broken, too big of tree roots, all the things. He doesn't have to even dig it all up. It comes flat. He puts it in. He can, have you ever had one that's like missing a piece or
Yeah.
like it gets separated or whatever? It can go like shoved through there but it's like, then they like blow it up. And then they put this like camera of a UV light, and it hardens like cement. Like I felt it, and so you don't have to dig it all up. You don't have to ruin. Like he can go under. And because it's all solid, because it just comes like in a roll kind of, and then so it's all solid. So you're not gonna get the tree roots back in there like you do in the pipe where it starts
So
leaking
you
a
can't
little
bet.
water and.
Yeah.
Isn't
me
that
too.
crazy?
That is cool.
I was so excited. I'm like, oh, we need to know about this. So I got cards and everything for us.
What's that usually run? Did
He
say?
said it's usually a lot cheaper so he didn't tell me like per foot or whatever, but it's usually a lot cheaper because you don't have to do the digging up. He said one lady, he went to do her house, and it was like within an hour and a half, it was done.
Just done.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yes. we
I was
definitely
like,
need to
that
know
is
that.
cool. That is so good to know.
Yeah.
Because that's an inspection that I always recommend, because that's one of the most expensive. It can be a very expensive repair if you don't catch it.
I think it was like $10,000 or $12,000 when I did mine. And that was in 2014.
Oh my god.
So that was over 10 years ago. I can't imagine what that would have run now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was all clay line, and he had to rent the excavator, rip I had no backyard after it was all said and done.
When you're doing all that.
Because of those, it was on 5th Street, so those lots are narrow. It just all the way. I'll be damned.
Yeah, it was the
That's
coolest
cool.
thing. I didn't take any picture or video, but
Well, we'll find it and we will link it below too. So
Yeah.
that way if you guys run into that, you can get a hold of him.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And then here's this other weird thing that I want your opinion on. This different thing. There was this company, and they go on, if your roof is less than 5 years old,
Okay.
then they go and they put this oil on it, like I think, I don't know, sunflower oil or something, whatever. But part of the reason that they're saying that the damage to the shingles and everything like that is because our wind and the sun dries them out so bad.
Right.
And then, hail or wind, it just breaks them or rips them. And so they said that if you do that every 5 years, then it is guaranteed to extend the life of your roof.
That's really cool too.
So just a really interesting thought. Like, it kind of made sense, but
Well,
I've never
yeah.
heard of it.
Huh. Well, and that's, I mean, you just last month, or was it a month and a half ago,
Had a roof
had a
deal.
roof deal that killed the deal because they
Yeah.
didn't want to, the sellers said the roof was good, and
didn't
the
want-
inspections said, no, it's not. And so it fell apart.
Yeah, because then my buyers couldn't get good insurance and lending on it and everything.
It's weird how things seem to kind of go in cycles. Like you don't deal with roofs for a little while, then all of a sudden you
Then
deal with
it's
a
like
whole
roof
bunch
year.
of, yeah. That's really cool too.
So interesting little thought. It kind of made some sense, and yeah. So I'll put the contacts in the
Yeah, so
if you want to check that out.
kind of like the preventative maintenance homeowners can do to
Extend the life of
for their
stuff.
roof, and I mean you're paying for it
Yeah,
or your insurance, but either way, at least you can get some more life out of it.
yeah,
That's cool
yeah.
too.
So, anyways, those were two of my aha moments I saw at the.
Was there a big crowd?
We went Friday right after my son's track meet, and so it was not bad at all.
Nice.
There was lots of vendors, lots of stuff to see, but the crowd wasn't too crazy. I've been there before, and it's just, you can't hardly get through. I did talk to some solar guys too, but I actually have a couple appointments to get them checked out. So I'll pass along the info when we get it.
Cool.
So,
We do.
did you do anything this weekend? I know we had some houses come up on the market.
Oh, let's see. It was kind of a busy weekend. Talia Youngsma in our office, she listed a new home in Casper, a 1,276 square foot single wide. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, beautiful home.
It is really
They-
nice.
They
looking.
really finished it off really nice. So we filmed and photographed and did the 3D tour on that on Friday. I had a new one come on the market Friday. Oh, it was like 3 a.m. Saturday when I finally got the MLS
Sometimes
updated.
happen.
So over on Copper, and it is $14.96 for square footage, and it's 4 bedrooms, 1.5 bath.
And that's
it's
in Evansville, right?
Evansville.
Okay.
Yep. And so that one just went on the market as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had another one come on
Wasn't that last week?
Wednesday. Yep. Wednesday it went live here in Douglas, out in Chalk Buttes, and that one is just 3,100 square feet, give or take like 50 feet. But it's 5 bedrooms, and
nice.
then 2.5 bath. But even with so there's 3 bedrooms upstairs. 2 bedrooms downstairs are non-conforming, but there's also a large pantry or another room also you could use as an office. So it's got 2 bonus rooms
Nice.
in the basement plus the 2 bedrooms.
Nice.
And it's just all laid out kind of nice. And
Nice. I like it.
it was a busy weekend.
Yeah. I was busy.
Yeah.
No rest for the wicked.
No.
All right. Well, next weekend we have in Glen Rock, we still have the informational meeting by our elected representatives. It's going to be in Glen Rock in the library meeting room at 6:00 on Thursday.
And that's to discuss the tax changes and
Yeah, to let us
legislation
talk
that
about
happened.
all of the things, the legislation that happened and how it's going to affect us here locally, and ask questions. I think it's an amazing opportunity to ask those questions and see how it's going to affect us and let our voices be heard.
Well, it's a great opportunity. I mean, you can get in there, you can actually talk to them instead of reading about it later and
Yeah.
have a conversation and just find out for sure what is happening and why or how the changes are going to affect everybody.
Yeah, Yep,
So that's great that they're doing that.
I agree. And then in Douglas,
In Douglas this weekend is the Platte River Photography Show. So the reception is at the EWC, 7 o'clock Friday night. And then there's still time to sign up for classes for the workshops because those will run Saturday and Sunday, I believe.
okay, yeah.
Saturday, they've got a bunch of different events planned. So if you sign up and you're a photographer, you can go and they have different stations. So this one's wildlife and these types of different
Cool.
situations and camera settings and all of that type of stuff. And then Sunday, they kind of have a classroom instruction where you can sit down with your computer and pull up the pictures that you took on Saturday. And the instructors also walk through on how to do different basic types of editing. So, and I'll be there filming and photographing that for the Enterprise this weekend. So it's always fun.
Nice.
It's my second year doing it. The last year was so much fun.
That's
It was
cool.
cool.
That's really cool. I was gonna say you can't take the classes. You gotta be taking pictures.
Yeah, I'm taking the pictures, but they do let me sneak in. So they're like, well, did you get to take any pictures? Like, yeah, I stuck a few. So they actually, and then the other cool thing they do is anybody that showed up, they put together a photo book.
Oh, cool.
So you have a full photo book of everybody that was there. So a lot of the, like behind the scenes, people taking the classes with the instructors, those are my photos. But then the people that took photos can submit photos to be in the book
that too.
after they're
cool for that
finished and
year.
edited. Yeah.
I like it.
And they give it to everybody that attends. So it was really cool.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, the weather's kind of warming up a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to snow Friday.
I was gonna ignore that part.
It's supposed to get warmer the rest of the week, but I did hear it's supposed to snow Friday possibly. But it is, sun's staying out till 7.
Yeah,
It's still sunlight.
it is. It is nice.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I already have seedlings planted. I'm gonna do a garden this year.
Nice.
So that's actually my maintenance tip I wanted to talk about is make sure now is a good time. I know it's spring, but it's not really springish enough yet to plant. But you can do things like plant your seedlings, plan your garden. I did a little video. I don't know if you saw it, but that was another cool thing I saw at the Home and Garden Show. I did a plan of my flower bed that I want to do because I want a cottage garden, and Wyoming Plant Company helped me figure that out so I can order plants. But the other thing that I say, especially around here, is to test your soil. So what you do is you can go on, I've talked to both the Converse County Conservation and the Natrona County Conservation, and there's no place in Wyoming that tests the soil, but you can take the soil sometime, like Natrona said to send it to CSU, and then either way you can do CSU or in Converse County also said they use in University of Nebraska in Kearney.
Okay.
And they, so if you look on their website, they'll tell you what all you need. You don't need, I thought you needed a special container and their bag and but you can just go online. You can see what they need. You take samples from different areas, and depending on how big, how many samples, then you mix it and you put it in your bag. Something I've learned about here, like, people will say, oh, for tomatoes, add this because they need calcium. But if your soil doesn't need calcium, don't add it.
Right.
And so it will also tell you what you can use to, like maybe your soil's extra sandy, or it's just really nice information to have. So send that off and find out before, it's a good time now because you'll have enough time before May, before your garden, whether it's your flower bed or not. And anyways, that's...
Is it very expensive for those?
No, I think it was like $20 or something.
Seriously?
It's really not that expensive.
Not that at all. Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's a lot of information. It will even tell you like maybe add bone meal to help. It's
All
really
the different
helpful.
things.
Yeah.
My dad had a garden and the raccoons kept getting in. And then the deer eating his corn and everything. He said, well, what do you do? And they said, plant enough for you and them.
Rude.
Because he said there's really no way to keep them out. If they're going to want in, they're going to get in.
Yeah.
And he ended up with
A giant.
8 or 9 rows of corn. And I was like,
And he made you weed them, huh?
oh no, I didn't live there.
Oh,
I was,
it was
but
up
I'd
there.
show up and there'd just be, he'd spend hours after work just picking corn, and he could have zucchinis like this because he forgot.
Or they get hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, Well, I guess. Go for it. Okay.
I took a break last year. It was too crazy, but I did find that I like gardening, and I have a brown thumb, but I still grew vegetation. I still grew vegetables here, and I was very proud of myself.
Nice. That's cool.
So that's our little tip for the beginning of spring that's teasing you as winter.
Comes and goes for the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well, let us know if you, sorry.
Go ahead.
Let us know if we missed anything in the comments, or if you have any questions. We'd love to chat with you and add it in next week.
Thanks, you guys.